This isn't a perfect morning. My handwriting isn't cute. I don't use 5 pens, but this clears my head. Today I'll show you how I journal in simple steps for real clarity, not for aesthetics. If you have been meaning to start or restart, this is your soft push.
Let's begin into the video.
I used to think journaling needed pretty notebooks and pastel highlighters, but now it's just a habit that quietly saves my mind every morning. But not every entry is deep, not every morning is peaceful, but this little ritual always
Brings me back.
let me take you through what a real gentle journaling sessions looks like with simple practice.
You can actually use.
Chapter 1, the brain dump. Some mornings I don't even know what I am feeling. That's when I start with a brain dump. No format, no filter, just a mess on paper.
I write things like I feel weird today. I didn't sleep enough. I don't want to do anything. It sounds weird, but that's kind of the point. This clears the fog before the day starts.
Chapter 2, a gentle structure. Other days I feel like journaling but don't know what to write. That's when I follow a 4 simple question routine. It takes 5 minutes. First, what's on my mind? Second, what do I want to feel today? Third, what's one thing I need to do? Fourth, what can I let go of? I don't overthink the answers, I just let them show up for. Most days, this gives me the direction I was looking for. Chapter 3, Mood plus Habit Check. I keep one page each month for my mood and habits. Not to be productive, just to notice. I mark how I slept, I circle a mood, I tick off if I moved my body. It's simple and quiet, but over time it tells me the stories. Like how I always feel
Anxious.
when I skip walks or how I sleep better after journaling. Chapter 4, when I use prompts. There are days when I feel blocked. That's when I use prompts like, what do I need to hear today? What's one thing I keep putting off? What would I say to my past selves? What is the one thing I know but keep ignoring? It's not about deep insights, it's about letting something real come out. Just one page and that's enough. Chapter 5, what keeps this habit alive? I don't journal every day, but I do journal when I feel too full inside. It helps me slow down, breathe, pause before the world takes over. And some of my favorite entries. They are not deep at all, they are grocery list, conversations I wish I had, doodles, that's real magic. Your journal holds space for everything. Chapter 6, Journaling at Night. Most people talk about journaling in the morning, but for me, night journaling hits different. When the world's quiet, my thoughts feel louder, so I sit with a dim lamp, no pressure, and just unload everything I carried all day. It helps me feel lighter or sleep lighter. Chapter 7, the 3-line journal rule. When I'm tired, I write just 3 lines, that's it. Line 1, what did I do today? Line 2, what's something I noticed? Line 3, what do I want tomorrow to feel like? That's enough to stay connected. No guilt, just softness. Chapter 8, journaling to music. Sometimes I journal to soft music. No lyrics, just ambient or piano tracks. It slows my thoughts down. Sometimes I just listen and let a sentence comes when it's ready. No rush. Music helps me feel instead of overthink. Chapter 9, Writing Letters I Never Sent. One of my favorite things, writing letters I'll never send to people I miss, to people I wish I had understood me better, sometimes to my younger self also. It's not about healing perfectly, it's about releasing. No one will read it, and somehow.
That makes me feel safe.
Chapter 10, Rereading Old Entries. I rarely reread, but when I do, I notice things.
Like how far I have come.
Or how I keep worrying about the same three things. I highlight the good parts or laugh at how dramatic I sounded 3 months ago. It's like time traveling to your past self with more kindness this time. Chapter 11, When I Skip Journaling. There are days, even weeks, when I stop journaling. And that's okay, but I always know I need it again when I feel restless, short tempered, or cloudy. Journaling doesn't solve everything,
But it makes me feel softer with myself, and that's a reason enough to return.
Chapter 12, The One Thought a Day. This perfects for when you're busy. Every night I write just one sentence. It could be something I learned, something that made me laugh, or a hard moment. Some days it deeps. Someday it's had great coffee, but over months it becomes this beautiful timeline of small moments I would have forgotten. Chapter 13, Journaling as part of my self care routine. Journaling is like skincare for my thoughts. It's the last thing I do before I light a candle or play a lo-fi music. When I pair with my
Rituals, warm socks, lavender oil, cozy nights. It turns into self care, not just reflection but nourishment.
Chapter 14, Self-Talk Journaling. There's a one way of journaling that's changed everything for me. Writing like I'm speaking to my best friend, I stopped being critical. I started saying things like, it's okay, you are tired today. You are allowed to be slow. Writing this way makes me feel gentle with myself.
It's like being both the ones who's hurting and the one who's healing.
Chapter 15, Writing the Same Things Again and Again. Sometimes I write the same things for a week. I feel stuck, I don't know what I want, and that's okay. That repetition shows me where I'm stuck and where I need to listen. Even if it's the same sentence, putting it on paper keeps me echoing
In my mind.
if this helped you, maybe try journaling tomorrow. Not to be productive, just to meet yourself on paper quietly. If that sounds good to you, I'd love for you to subscribe. This channel is just soft, slow, and real.